What's up, my Gooners, Goonerettes and Gooner babies? How you doing? How you doing? Shout out to all of you lot. You under dig me? Shout out to you. We finally passed the 300 subscriber mark. Oh, salute to you guys. Love and blessings. Love and blessings. You understand me? Still trying to level it up with the IG numbers, because the IG numbers are over 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to level it up, but we working slowly. All right, people. So this one here, reaction video. You know what it is. Shout out Teir. Get me the football terrace. So we're going straight in on this one here. This one here. Get me talking about Gary Neville wrong about Arsenal. Well, duh. But anyhow, let's get into it. Shout out Teir. Shout out the whole football terrace family. Let's get into this.
Gooner on the sofa, proud of North London, gotta represent. And I'ma tell you one thing, watching games live always brings me closer. But I would rather watch at home on my sofa, yeah. Chance is the name, football is the game. Gooners all day, you know that it won't change. So stay tuned in, cause the party's never over. Get it hype, this is Gooner on the sofa. Gooner on the sofa, let's go.
Gooner on the sofa, the pride of North London.
To play against their wide players, because obviously they've got a different level of talent. But Stones did well going into that midfield position yesterday, and I think he's now realised that he's got to get very serious. He cannot make a mistake in the league, Pep Guardiola, and they've got big games coming up in the Cup. And look, there's a massive game next Sunday, Martin, Liverpool versus Arsenal. City obviously play before, which they'll have to do their job. City don't do their job anyway, Arsenal win the league. But I think if Arsenal win at Anfield next Sunday, and I go off sort of experience here in saying that our manager would say, if you're playing Liverpool away in March and April and you're going for the title and you win the league. And he used to say that to us.
You've just said if they do it, they'll win the league. And since we last spoke, yeah, Arsenal have kept on winning.
Flip-flop time, people. Flip-flop time.
Have you revised your opinion?
Well, yeah, I have. Of course I have. Because originally, about probably 2 or 3 months ago, I thought Arsenal would finish 10, 15 points behind City. That's not going to be the case.
Massively wrong. Gary Neville hugely wrong on that one.
Now, obviously, I think now it's 50-50. I think if
50-50 now. 50-50.
If Arsenal win at Liverpool, they definitely become favourites.
Gary Neville admitting he was wrong about Arsenal, it was always going to come. And
sorry, Teir, to cut you right there. He didn't admit he was wrong. Let's get that straight. He did not admit he was wrong.
Especially in these last 3 games for Arsenal, because they had the wobble when they lost to City and they drew with Brentford, lost to Everton. And then they had a couple of games where they weren't great, but they won. Aston Villa come back, Bournemouth come back, and Gary Neville, he jumped on it like a bitch in heat. And it was very much, the conceding of goals, the struggling, going behind, relying on comebacks. No way, they're going to fall away. The last 3 matches, Arsenal have been utterly sublime. City, by the way, have come into brilliant form, won 4 Premier League games on the bounce, and they're going to push Arsenal right until the end. But Gary Neville now having to admit that he was wrong, that he got it wrong. He's saying 50-50. That changes this weekend if and when Arsenal beat Liverpool. It's a gateway game for Arsenal, very much a game that struggled away at Anfield for many years. The mental strength, the growth, the development of this squad will advance even further with a win here. Getting that hoodoo out the way, getting that kind of... Bogey clubs are normally reserved for smaller teams that do well against you. But Liverpool away has been beyond a bogey team for Arsenal in recent years. To do that, to maintain their 8-point difference, going into their last 8 games, makes them favourites. And Gary Neville, almost ready to start admitting it. I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on that. There had to come a turning point when Gary Neville said, hold my hands up. I've been capping all year about Arsenal, but I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on that, people.
All right, let me pause it right there. Salute to Teir, my guy. You understand me? Listen. So he wants our thoughts, yeah? So I'm going to give my thoughts. Listen, man. Gary's an Egypt. He's been in Egypt. You get me? Not just this season. He's been in Egypt. But if we're going to stay focused, we're going to talk about this season. One, chatting fart. You get me? He said United were going to finish higher than we. United, that's Manchester. You understand? Not West Ham, Manchester. Not Leeds, Manchester. That's what that clown said. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. And I hate to bring in other people real quick, but this is what I'm talking about. Gabby O'Hara, I'm just flinging Gabby in there because he just chats fart on a regular. Not normally about Arsenal, just on a regular. O'Hara's still not going to say Arsenal are going to win the title until I think it's maybe one game left. And by then, the maths should have clocked that up already. If we're 8 points now, we continue to win and City continue to win. It don't matter. What City do doesn't matter to Arsenal. That's what people are not understanding. The gap is too big. As long as we do what we're supposed to do, what they do does not matter. You get me? It's ridiculous. One, Gary did not admit shit. He ain't meant nothing. He come up with some story about Sir Alex telling them if you beat Liverpool in the second time that you played them in the season and it's late in the season, that means you've won. I don't give a fuck about that. Who cares what that? That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. This is the thing with these ex-players. They play in another time. You know what I'm saying? They didn't play last season. You know what I mean? Really and truly, they shouldn't even have these jobs. Really, like, you can have your own. This is Sky's podcast that Gary's on. You get me? The Gary Neville Sky podcast. Best believe that. His thing where he sits down with another footballer and they reminisce about the good old days. That's his time. He don't run his mouth there because everyone he interviews is class. He don't even get to be involved in their conversation. You know what I'm saying? Even if he's been in their team or played with them, you get me? Rather on international duty or at Man United, there's man he can't talk to. He can only talk to his brother. That's just coming into my mind right now. He can go for his brother, and there was another set of twins that played for United, innit? Defenders. He can talk to them man there. You get me? Who's there right back now? Wapasama. What's his name from Crystal Palace? He can talk to them man there. He can't talk to winners for real. You know what I'm saying? Man that won the game. No, listen, you're trying to tell me that United wouldn't have won what they won without Gary. Is that what we're saying? Don't be stupid. Don't be embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Don't be embarrassing. Gary, is a cog. You know, this is, and that's a good thing, by the by. You're not the star. You're not the best worker in the world. You just do what you do, and that's what we need you to do. Just do that. You get me? It's like I always tell players when I used to play football, you know what I'm saying? To the players that couldn't really play. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, just get in the way. Just get in the opposition's way. When they got the ball, get in the way. That's all. It will be annoying. Get in the way. You understand? Who's Gary Neville, blood? You get me? If you're going to big up Gary Neville, you have to big up Philip. And who's Philip, blood? Do you see what I'm saying? That man come with their dead predictions, blood. It should only be man whoever knows how to speak, i.e. the king, Teir. So far, it's like Teir is the only one that does punditry on a regular. You get me? When man like Jose, when you get me, random top World Cup winners, when they come in and they do random stuff, like they might do a World Cup punditry, or they might do, right, like them man know what they're talking about, even though sometimes they might be a little disrespectful here and there. You don't know, there's bias, you know what I'm saying? But these man, Gabby O'Hara, like what? When you was on the field, you didn't run your mouth. Shut up, bruv. Not because now you retired and ain't no one else doing this, so you can run your mouth because you played football. No. You get me? Because I'm starting to heed. I used to be one of the people that was like, yo, you can't tell a World Cup winner nothing. But again, not every World Cup winner is world class. You know what I'm saying? There's man in lower divisions that's been to World Cups because their country just they got slim pickings. So certain man, there's man that play for Watford that are internationals. Do you remember when that weren't a thing? Internationals only came from the top clubs. You get me? You might have maybe 1, 2 sprinkled about, but now it's a joke. You could play for Southampton and be an international, and they're about to go down. So how much of an international are you? You know what I'm saying? So I've started to take that heed. You get me? We had Perma, Saka, Mustafi, World Cup winners. But let's be honest, them man there, even though they're both German, they don't touch Ozil. They don't touch Patrick Petit. You get me? They don't touch Henry. You can't touch this level, even though Dennis didn't win it bregkamp. You ain't touching that level. There's just levels to the game. And Gary can't talk about Arsenal right now. He can't. Someone who retired last season should be able to talk on the game now. These man, most of these man, couldn't play. Couldn't play today. They'd be folded. You get me? It's getting to the point now. Only now, 2023, it's only getting to the point now where you have to be some madman athlete to be kicking ball. You get me? You can't just be kicking ball. Man, like, shout out to you. I don't want to see you on road and get thump up, even though you're older now. Man, like Vinnie Jones, Julian Dix, them man there could not play in this era. They can't play. It's different sauce. They couldn't keep up, none of that. Half of Wimbledon, not even half, most, if not the whole squad, wouldn't be able to kick ball right now. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be like I have to shit on anyone else. Ian Shelley, Glenn Helder, certain man couldn't run in this right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even sure if man like, no disrespect, man like David Platt, man like Batty, but I don't know. He might be like a lesser version Scholes, but then you can't hang then, innit? Man like Scholes can hang. Man like Gerrard can hang. You know what I'm saying? Them man there could play today at their peak today. You know what I'm saying? Them man there from when the World Cup started, when the Premier League started, half of them man could not play. You know what I'm saying? Oh, is it Southampton or is it Coventry? Shipley. Man like Huckabee. You get me? Certain man wouldn't be footballers today if they had to do this. It's different. It's different. Certain man were going pub after. You ain't have that. No, lie. You had heart. You ain't had the engine, the lungs, blood. You ain't had that. You would have been folded running around with Saka and them babies there. Are you mad? Get me? Messi, Ronaldo. That's why them man still kicking ball, because it's different engines. But if you was to go back, certain man that we rate wouldn't make it. So this is why man like Gary needs to shut up, and he loves to throw in my experience. This is how you know his he don't know, and he knows what he's saying is fart, because he tries to so Alex, and I talk from experience, and no one else says those words. No one else says those words. They might bring up a manager, but they don't say from my experience to try and make you know them. Henry don't have to say from my experience. If they do say that, it's said in jest, because the person is trying to say something funny. So you'd be like, boy, from my experience, meaning all I've done is won World Cups and Premier Leagues and gone unbeaten. Well, get me? That's all I've done. You get me? Please. 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 I don't want to hear that. You get me? I don't want to hear that. Man like Sheringham. I even take a little bit of lip from man like Solskjaer. Not this brother here, blood. No. He ain't admit nothing. He's a clown. Never respecting this brother. You get me? Gave him more respect on the field than now. Now you just talking wet, blood. Wet. You get me? That's all I got to say on that. Get me? Gary chats wet almost all the time, but especially about Arsenal. And they know why. Because you're biased. You get me? Even when you hear him talking about Man United while they're losing, you can hear that's fake tone in there, blood. Oh, it's so bad right now. Oh, no, it's terrible. Oh, that is terrible. But when it's anyone else, when it's Arsenal, oh, it's pathetic. It's embarrassing. Look at the fans. Everyone's going home, man. Oh, But when it's your team, it's just, oh, you did badly. But Ten Hag is built. Shut your mouth, blood. You're a clown. Clown. Dislike Gary Neville. Clown, bro. More respect off the field for Phil. You get me? Philip get more respect. You get me? Your daddy get more respect, don't even know who he is. Your mum get more respect, don't even know who she is. You a clown. A whole clown. You get me? They should get man like Teir from the football terrace to be doing them thing there. You get me? He does better commentary over YouTube football games than Gary's done. Like, shut up, bruv. You get me? And this ain't no thing because I don't know Teir yet. Me and him never spoke no nothing. I just do reactions and I watch his shit. That's it. You get me? So it's not like I'm picking a friend. You get me? Rastafari.
This next video I got sent.
Oh, that's another video. Alright, peoples. There's another bit that I want to do, but I'm going to do another video for that. Stay good. Stay blessed. Don't forget, man. Let's keep those numbers building. I think we at 309, 310, 309, 308. We get me. We dancing around there. So let's keep building. Get me. 400 the target now. Every 100. Boom. Bap, beep, bap, bap. You understand? When we get to 5, then we go for that 1,000. Then we go for the 100. The next 500 jump. You dig me? Alright, peoples. I'm out of here. Stay good. Stay blessed. And I'll see you on the next one. Gooner, stand up.
G.o.t.s. Gang gang.
Can you keep a secret?
That's my Gooner. Do it again.
Go on.
Shout out to my Gooners, Goonerettes, and Gooner babies. Make sure you subscribe.
Woo! All day, you know that it won't change. So stay tuned in, cause the party's never over. Get it hype, this is Gooner on the sofa.